Kindly take down notes, you cannot remember everything. And click the subtitles so you can both hear and read.
Numbered/ordered lists. A type of list that gives importance to the order or sequence of the list's items. Items on the list are automatically numbered by the browser. List items are surrounded by the OL and AND tags. Numbered/ordered lists use the same LI tags for the list's items. Numbered/ordered lists look similar to bulleted/unordered lists, using numbers and slash or letters instead of bullets or symbols. When creating numbered/ordered lists. Number 1. Locate the part of your HTML document where you want to insert a list. Number 2. Begin the ordered list by typing the OL tag. Number 3. Create a heading for your list, if needed. Number 4. Type LI for every item in your list. Number 5. Finish the list by typing the OL end tag to close the list. The procedures in creating numbered/ordered lists are similar to the procedures in creating bulleted/unordered lists. Some attributes of bulleted/unordered lists can be used for numbered/ordered lists, though their parameters are different. Start attribute allows the changing of the starting numerical value of an ordered list. Type attribute in ordered lists. Used to change the number or letter style for the ordered list. Different ordered list number styles. Type 1, numbering style Arabic numbers, result 1, 2, 3. Type A, numbering style lower alpha, result A, B, C. Type capital A, numbering style upper alpha, result capital A, capital B, capital C. Type I, numbering style lower Roman, result I, 2I, 3I. Type capital I, numbering style upper Roman, result capital I, 2I, 3I. Definition lists. Definition lists a list that does not use any number, bullet, or symbol on its items. Definition lists uses the DL and DLN tags as list designation. Instead of the LI tag, the list uses the DTN tags to denote a term, while DD tags are used for term definitions. Definition lists are usually used for lists containing items that are composed of terms and definitions. Line breaks and indentation for the list's items appear automatically. When creating definition lists, locate the part in your HTML document where you put the definition list. Type DL to start your list. Use DT tags to denote terms. Use DD tags to denote term definitions. Close the list with the DLN tag. Hyperlinks gives the location and file name of a document. It came from the idea of following a link, hence the name. It has three major types. Number 1. Internal links, point to a page or resource within the same website or domain. Number 2. Local links, point to a page or resource within a client's computer, usually denoted by common computer directories instead of domain or website. Number 3. External links, point to a page or resource outside of the website or domain, usually located within another website or domain. In order for you to create hyperlinks in HTML documents, first prepare the necessary components for a hyperlink. Letter A. The name of the file, or the URL of the file, you want to link to. Letter B. The hotspot or the location where the hyperlink can be accessed. It is usually represented as text or images which will be highlighted in the browser. Then use anchor tags A with the href, hypertext reference, attribute pointing to the URL. Path. Using images on links. Letter A. Creating an image link. Place the img tag inside the opening and closing parts of the A tags. Having an image and text in the anchor, the image and the text become hotspots pointing to the same page. Letter B. Image maps. Images, usually in GIF format that have been divided into regions. Clicking in a region of the image containing a hotspot causes the web surfer to be connected to another URL. Considering a graphical form of creating links between pages. Letter C. Types of image maps. Number 1. Server-side image maps, ISMAP, involves a separate map file that is linked to the image by a program running on a web server. Number 2. Client-side image maps, USMAP, use a map file that is part of the HTML document, in an element called map, and I link to the image by the web browsers. A table arrange a collection of raw data by categorizing data according to nature/purpose/location and etc. The simplest kind of data that tables can manage and arrange is a textual data. But aside from textual data, tables can also handle and categorize pictures, numerical figures, and etc. Tables. Tables advanced HTML constructs that allow categorical conversion and presentation of text, image, and other HTML content into tabular data, that is, rows and columns. Tables indicated by the table tag pair. Did you know that HTML tables can also be used to lay out and control pages over placement of various HTML elements on a page? It became popular to the point that major browsers now have HTML table support. Table sub-elements. Table rows are defined by using the tr tag pair. Each row has a number of table cells. Each table cell is defined by heading cells th and / or data cells td. Optional table captions can be defined using caption tag pair. On your screen is an example of a table. HTML frames. HTML frames is a table-like HTML object composed of cells containing separate HTML documents that interact with each other. HTML frames uses the frame tag pair for its declaration. HTML frames changes what a web page means to the browser and to the reader. HTML frames allows the creation of web pages that look and feel entirely different from other web pages, such as pages that have tables, banners, footnotes, sidebars, and etc. For a frame to be used, an HTML document where the frame is defined must exist, and each cell in the entire HTML frame contains an HTML document having the cell's contents. HTML document types for frames. The frame definition document is the web page that contains the layout of each frame and the names of the HTML documents that will fit that frame. Frame content documents are web pages that have contents that fill a designated frame in a frame set. Did you know that each cell in a frame can have different uses such as headers, banner holders, footers, sidebars, and etc.? Frame content documents can be designed according to purpose. Without the frame definition document, the frame content documents are considered useless. Some of an HTML frame's basic attributes define how a frame set will look. Framesets. Framesets is a set of frames defined via tags in the frame definition document. Framesets uses the frameset tag pair for its declaration. Framesets, when used in an HTML document, it replaces the body tag pair. Did you know that frameset can have a defined number of rows and columns for its cells, and frameset cell width and height can be changed? Main frameset attributes. Number 1 column attribute, cols, splits a frame into a number of vertical frames. The width of each column is defined by column width values separated by commas. Number 2 row attributes, rows, splits a frame into a number of horizontal frames. the height of each row is defined by row height values separated by commas. Did you know that frame sets, being similar to tables, also have other similar attributes such as borders, color, and spacing, and frame borders are set using special attributes. Other frame set attributes are: Number 1, frame border toggling attribute. Frame border determines whether borders between frames are enabled or disabled. Number 2, frame spacing attribute. Frame spacing determines the amount of space in between frame borders, usually set in pixels. Number 3, border attribute control. Border displays a 3D border. Number 4, border color attribute. Border color sets the color for a frame's borders. Take note that Number 1, values for border attribute control are set when the frame border attribute is enabled. Number 2, the border color attribute is rarely used. Number 3, the border attribute control displays a 3D border by default. Number 4, when using the frame spacing attribute, borderless frames must set the attribute value to 0 to prevent a gap between frames. Number 5, possible frame border attribute values are 0, 1, yes, and no, where the values no and 0 create a borderless frame. Number 6, frame tags must be used to specify HTML documents for each cells in a frame set. Frame tag. Frame tag, an element defines a single frame within a frame set. Frame tag, elements are set for each division in the frame set. Frame tag, each element tag contains a URL for a corresponding HTML document for a certain frame. Frame element attributes are: Number 1, frame document source attribute, SRC, is a required attribute as it provides the URL for the page that will be displayed in the frame. Number 2, frame name attribute, name, is required for frames that will allow targeting by other HTML documents via referencing through the target attribute used in the area, base, and form tags. Number 3, margin width attribute, margin width, is an optional attribute that determines horizontal space between frame contents and the frame's borders. Number 4, margin height attribute, margin height, is another optional attribute that determines vertical space between frame contents and the frame's borders. Number 5, frame resize toggling attributes, no resize, is another optional attribute that prevents users and browsers from resizing the frame. Number 6, frame document scrolling attribute, scrolling, is another optional attribute that allows scroll bars to be put in frames.